Hello everyone, this is Ken with Power Source Electric, and thanks for checking out our video on wire strippers. There's three different types of wire strippers I'm going to go through with you today. And the first one is going to be a basic set of wire strippers. Here we go. And you'll notice that it has teeth right on the front. It goes from a gauge of 12 gauge to 20 gauge wire, 20 gauge being a smaller wire, 12 gauge being a larger wire. But it's so we can strip the wire, make our connection, and I'm going to show you that here. With a piece of Romex. We have a piece of Romex here. This is a 12 gauge wire, so I'm going to start right in the very beginning. I'm going to go ahead and strip that wire, pull the sleeve off, and now there it is for my 12 gauge wire. I'm ready to make the connection with it. And this is the basic set. This particular brand is ideal. Really, they all work pretty well, but this is the one that I have the most. I carry it around for, run around outside with it. It's small, it's compact, it fits in my pocket well, so it's a good wire stripper. Next one is my Romex strippers. This is when I'm working inside the house. I have this set of wire strippers so I can clean the insulation off of a piece of Romex, and let me show you what that looks like. This is a Romex wire, the most common wire used inside your house. It's run in your walls, it's run up in the attic space. This set of wire strippers is limited to 2 gauges of wire. It has 12 gauge and 14 gauge, which are the most common inside your home. So we're going to take it right to the very beginning here. This is our strip gauge for our Romex. Give it a little squeeze, a little twist, pull it off, and now we have the wires exposed. The wires exposed here. Peel back the paper insulation on the ground, and we're ready to strip the wire. Just like the first set of wire strippers, we have a strip gauge in the front. Go ahead and put it on there, give it a little pull. Now I've exposed my wire and I can make my connection. Also on this set of wire strippers, just like in the first set, there's a little hole right in the front, and that hole is so you can bend a hook in the wire in case you're going to put it around an outlet, screw outlet, or in a fixture. Just insert it inside that hole, give it a little turn, and now we have a hook bent in our wire so we can put it around a screw. So most wire strippers have this hole in it. So let's take a look at our third set. Third set of wire strippers is Multitool. It has the 12 through 20 gauge. It also has a screw cutter right in the center in case you want to cut down a screw, maybe for a fixture. The screw's a little bit too long. Maybe you're screwing it in and it's hitting some concrete and it really doesn't need to go that far, so you can cut the screw down. The other feature this one has right here is a gauge for butt splices, which is a inline splice. It's different than a wire nut, but you can also make a crimp with this tool. So let's take a look at that. We have our butt splice right here. That's what it looks like. Well, we're going to put 2 gauges of wire together, and then we have small gauge wire right here. This is stranded. We're going to use a stranded wire inside of our butt splice. Slip it on. I'm going to put our crimp tool right around it, give it a little crimp, and now that butt splice is intact. That wire is ready to be made into another connection. We can slide another wire in it, crimp it, and we've used our multi-purpose tool. And you certainly don't need all 3 sets of wire strippers to carry around with you. I carry them because they have different uses. I use them all the time, and because that's my job. I'm an electrician. But I use a smaller set when I'm working outside because it fits good in my pocket, and I'm using it for stripping wire. I don't have any Romex out there. My Romex strippers, if I'm working inside a house, putting up fixtures or changing out outlets, that's a handy tool to have. And my multi-purpose, I use that for landscape lighting also because we have bigger gauge wire with crimps that we use. We use grease tubes, and I'll explain some of that stuff to you a little bit later. But thanks a lot for coming to see our video on wire strippers. And if you have any questions, please contact us. Send your question, send your request, and I'll be happy to get back with you. Thanks a lot.